Every thought you hold is a seed. Some are fragile, trembling on the edge of doubt. Others are fiery, pulsating with the potential to reshape everything around you. Right now, in this very moment, your mind is the battlefield of your destiny. The choices you make in the shadows of your thoughts, the whispers you allow yourself to hear, the limits you accept, these are the invisible architects of your life. And yet, so few ever grasp the magnitude of this truth. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times not because he lacked talent, but because he refused to let failure define him. Henry Ford was mocked, laughed at, told that his vision of cars for every family would never succeed. Abraham Lincoln faced defeat after defeat, heartbreak after heartbreak, yet he refused to let the world steal his inner conviction. These men understood a secret. Mastery begins within. You must become the commander of your mind, or your mind will quietly command you. Clarity is the first weapon in this battle. A foggy mind leads to a foggy life. If your thoughts drift without direction, so will your actions. Imagine a ship without a rudder, sailing endlessly on a stormy sea, tossed by currents, battered by waves, never reaching the shore. Your mind is the rudder. Your vision is the destination. If you do not define where you are going, the world will decide for you. The path to mastery begins with a crystal clear picture of who you intend to become, not who the world says you are, not who your failures suggest, not who others expect. You must see it, feel it, know it with every fiber of your being. Like Edison seeing light where others saw darkness. Like Disney sketching castles in the clouds while the world laughed at his dreams. Clarity converts chaos into command. Belief is the fire that fuels this clarity. And I'm not talking about idle hope. I'm talking about a belief so unshakable that every setback feels like a stepping stone, every criticism a whisper of encouragement, every obstacle an invitation to rise higher. Belief is stubborn, relentless, and implacable. Carnegie believed in wealth not merely as money, but as the tool to craft influence, to change lives, to bend reality with vision. And this belief did not emerge from comfort. It was forged in relentless study, in sleepless nights, in conversations with mentors, in experiments that failed 100 times. Belief transforms your mind into a magnet, attracting opportunities, allies, knowledge, and power that those with timid minds never even see. But belief alone is nothing without action. It is potential waiting to explode. Purpose is the anchor that holds this fire steady. Many chase wealth, power, or recognition, only to find themselves adrift, exhausted, empty. But purpose is the weight that gives flight to your dreams. It is the reason you rise when others stay down, the reason you endure when comfort whispers surrender. Lincoln's purpose was freedom, not fame. Ford's purpose was mobility, not accolades. Every night you choose your purpose, you sharpen your edge, and your mind becomes the sword capable of cutting through hesitation, fear, and doubt. Discipline is the forge that shapes this sword. Without discipline, purpose is just an idea. With discipline, purpose becomes unstoppable. Wake with the sunrise, guard your hours as a general guards his army, feed your mind what strengthens it, starve it what weakens it. Every habit is a thread, weaving the fabric of your destiny. Action is the echo of your inner conviction. Thoughts without action are like lightning trapped in a bottle, beautiful, energetic, but powerless. Napoleon Hill wrote that desire is the starting point of all achievement. But desire must be backed by determined action, persistence, and planning. Dreamers die quietly because their plans die quietly. Do not simply think about the life you want. Act toward it relentlessly, daily, with the intensity of a sculptor chiseling marble, shaping reality from raw potential. Action teaches the mind its own strength. Each step forward, no matter how small, compounds into momentum. Each failure is a lesson, each challenge a test, each victory a mirror, showing you how much power you already hold. Action alone, however, is not enough. It must be guided by intelligence, tempered by reflection, and sharpened by learning. Knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is mastery. Every book you read, every conversation you engage in, every mistake you endure carries the seeds of transformation. Edison did not stumble into invention. He studied, experimented, observed, and refined relentlessly. Ford did not simply manufacture cars. He analyzed systems, streamlined processes, and sought wisdom from those who had walked paths before him. The mind that refuses to learn stagnates, no matter how fervent its desire. Be a student of life, a relentless seeker of truths hidden beneath the surface of ordinary existence. Observe the world, not with blind acceptance, but with an insatiable curiosity. Knowledge without application is vanity. Action without wisdom is chaos. Your mastery of life depends on the seamless marriage of both. Resilience is the steel that holds your structure upright when the storms hit. You will encounter moments when the world laughs, when every door slams shut, when despair whispers that all is lost. These are not signs to quit. They are the universe testing the strength of your mind. Napoleon Hill observed that every great success story was written in the language of persistence. Every industrial empire, every scientific breakthrough, every societal transformation was birthed from the refusal to surrender. Your failures are the proof that you are trying, the evidence that you are alive, the raw material from which greatness is sculpted. Each scar, each setback, each sleepless night is a signature of progress. Resilience is not an attribute. It is a decision. It is waking up when exhaustion grips your body, when fear claws at your spirit, when doubt paralyzes your thoughts, and saying, "I will rise again." Adaptability is the mind's most cunning ally. Life is chaos. Circumstances change. Opportunities appear and vanish like clouds in a stormy sky. The fixed thinker clings, resists, complains, and fades. The master of the mind flows, bends, pivots, and seizes. Disney's imagination thrived, not because he avoided failure, but because he adapted, shifted, and embraced change as part of the journey. The world rewards those who can dance with uncertainty, who see obstacles as invitations, and who transform limitations into platforms for innovation. Rigidity breeds frustration. Flexibility breeds dominance. Learn to see the invisible paths, the hidden angles, the subtle cues the world gives to those who have trained their minds to notice. Adapt not only to survive, but to conquer, to thrive, to ascend to heights the timid cannot even imagine. Gratitude is the force multiplier of the mind. A mind focused on lack becomes a magnet for scarcity. A mind attuned to abundance becomes a magnet for opportunity. Every billionaire, every revolutionary, every pioneer in history has cultivated gratitude, not for comfort, but for clarity. Gratitude sharpens perception. It intensifies desire. It transforms ordinary days into crucibles of insight. Carnegie acknowledged the mentors, the failures, the serendipities that shaped his empire. Lincoln embraced both allies and adversaries in refining his vision. When you embrace gratitude as a discipline, you align yourself with the flow of life's hidden currents. Your mind becomes a lighthouse, attracting the resources, people, and insights that would otherwise remain invisible. Your mind is also a mirror of your environment. The people you associate with, the stories you consume, the images you allow into your consciousness. These are the architects of your thought patterns. Surround yourself with minds that stretch yours, not constrict it. Fill your ears with wisdom, your eyes with possibility, and your heart with the relentless belief that you are capable of more than you have been told. The greats of history did not achieve alone. Carnegie learned from mentors. Edison collaborated, experimented with teams. Lincoln debated endlessly, listening to perspectives, yet filtering them through the lens of his vision. Your associations, chosen wisely, are the scaffolding upon which the mind erects its citadel. Discipline is the bridge between vision and reality. Without it, your mind is a wild horse, beautiful but untamed, full of energy yet directionless. Discipline is the architecture of power. It is waking before dawn to sharpen skills others neglect. It is prioritizing the uncomfortable over the comfortable. It is saying no to distraction, to indulgence, to complacency. Ford worked tirelessly, not for applause, but for mastery of his craft. Lincoln wrote, studied, and reflected while a nation's future hung in the balance. Discipline is not restriction, it is liberation. It allows your mind to operate at peak capacity, to convert thoughts into actions, to turn dreams into tangible victories. Visualization is the laboratory of achievement. Before a bridge is built, an invention designed, or an empire created, it exists first in the mind. See it, feel it, live it internally with the intensity of reality. Napoleon Hill called it definite chief aim, a precise vision so vivid that it eclipses fear, doubt, and distraction. Disney sketched entire worlds before a single brick was laid. Edison imagined light in the darkness long before his first bulb illuminated the night. If your mind can see it, your hands can create it. If your imagination can feel it, your steps can carve it into reality. The mind is not merely a thinker. It is the crucible where future reality is forged. Fear is the adversary you must confront, but it is also a guidepost. It will reveal the edges of your comfort zone, the boundaries of your current courage, and the places where growth demands effort. Every successful individual has stared into fear and acted anyway. Ford invested when failure seemed inevitable. Lincoln led when doubt surrounded him on all sides. Edison experimented while ridicule echoed in every corner. Fear is inevitable. Paralysis is optional. Confront it, analyze it, and use it as a signal that you are approaching the threshold of transformation. Your mind grows not in comfort, but in the forge of challenge. Desire is not casual longing, it is obsession, an unyielding hunger that burns through distraction, fatigue, and despair. The history of achievement is written in the ink of desire. Carnegie wanted influence, not just wealth. Lincoln desired unity, not just power. Edison hungered for illumination, not just recognition. When your desire is absolute, your mind bends reality to its will. It attracts resources, people, and ideas that would otherwise remain hidden. Desire aligned with discipline, belief, and action becomes an unstoppable force. Desire without action is fantasy. Action without desire is mechanical and lifeless. Together, they are the engine of creation, the heartbeat of mastery. Your thoughts shape your character, Your habits sculpt your destiny, and your focus determines the horizon you reach. Every morning, your mind faces a choice: to be passive or active, to accept circumstance or to bend it toward your vision, to be a victim of external forces or the architect of your future. The mastery of life is the mastery of attention. Focus on what elevates you, what challenges you, what educates you, what inspires you. Guard your mind as fiercely as a general guards the gates of a fortress under siege. For what enters your consciousness, what you allow to take root in your thoughts, becomes the invisible force that moves your life forward or holds it captive.